Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to my Sunday night's live stream about grammar and phonetics. So, dear viewers, it's really my pleasure to conduct the lesson after a while. You might be aware that it's a subscribers lesson. So, only my subscribers as well as the new users can, make comments here. And possibly if you're eligible you can join for 2 free lessons. And could you please confirm you can hear my voice clearly? Hello Amy, welcome. Hello Ashiko, you're from Bangladesh, welcome. Thank you very much for joining. So okay, hello, can you hear me guys? Thank you very much for joining. It's Sunday night here in the UK and our local time is 8:59 p.m. Once again, you're watching this live stream from the UK and it's all about grammar and phonetics. You may be aware it's a subscribers lesson, so my subscribers can come and comment as well as the newly users, like the people who have got sprout or the little two green leaves beside their names. Hello Amy, welcome. Ashikul, welcome. Zuhaib, welcome. Ashikul says, I'm Ashik from Bangladesh. That's great. Welcome. Zuhaib, I'm quite good. Thanks for the question. How about you? If you're interested, you can see the link. You can join from there. And you never know, possibly you might be able to hop on and join 2 free lessons. Okay. Professor, welcome. I'm always fantastic, Professor. Thanks for the question. I believe that you're also having good time. So if anyone is interested to hop on, you are more than welcome. You have to send me a hop on request from the video cam button or the hop on section. Bear in mind that Hallo might ask you some money because it's a subscriber lesson. Okay, and if you're watching for the first time and if you're joining for the first time, I'm glad that you have joined. Flabbergasted to see all the new faces who are from different parts of the world. Okay, so anyone can request Professor. Amy, I'm from England. I will hop on everyone free. I don't think that you can, if unless you are a teacher. Only a Hello teacher can join here freely, or my subscriber students. Otherwise, no one is able to join here freely. Excuse me. Okay, so once again, guys, we are going to learn some common mistakes of grammar, and I'm going to explain the rules and as well as if there is any sound or phonetics related to it. Hello, Ella, welcome. But before that, I need to wait a little bit because my subscribers might join me soon. So welcome everyone once again. Okay, give me a quick second, guys. All right. So, Professor says it's okay. What kind of topics we learn? That's a wrong sentence, unfortunately. If you use now, it should use present tense, not the past tense. Learned is the past tense. It should say learn rather than learned. We are going to practice a grammar test and we'll explain from there. We'll start from question number 10. Which one is the most appropriate answer? Question number 10. A, and this is the conversation between A and B. A says, let's go to the cinema. B, great idea. What film dash watch? So A, shall we? B, will you? C, do you? D, are you going to? Okay, that's the wrong sentence either. That's not passive sentence. I believe that you need to study a little bit more about grammar and write correct sentence, Professor. Amy says D. Zahid says D. Let's wait to find out if anyone can answer any other choice. Professor says D. C. Wow, now there are two answers. I know that is the amazing part. When we learn grammar, sometimes we are not sure which one is the correct choice or the correct answer. Bear in mind that when you practice grammar and when you try to apply, that is the only case you can develop your comprehensive capacity of grammar. Ela says A. Wow, now there are three answers: A, C, and D. Come on, guys, let me see if somebody says B. There's much possibility somebody might say B as well. Okay, so again, let's go to the cinema. Great idea. What film dash watch? Zamir, that is not depending. You have to answer according to what you have been given here. You have chosen D. So what's the answer, guys? Let's wait and see. A or B or C or D. You see, Mohammed has answered B. So people have chosen four of them. Is it A, shall we? Is it B, will we? Is it C, do you? Is it D, are we going to? Once again, guys, I'll wait a few seconds more, and after that, I'll explain which one is the most excuse me, appropriate answer in this case. If you have a look, the first sentence, let's go to the cinema. It is a proposal. Okay? If you ever see this kind of sentence, then what do you answer? Excuse me. I should have drunk some water. Mohammed says, which kind? It's not kind. Which choice is correct? Okay, so guys, let's go to the cinema. Let's analyze. A, shall we? What shall we watch? B, what film will you watch? C, what do you watch? What film do you watch? D, what film are you going to watch? Interesting, right? Uh, Generally, in the future simple or future indefinite tense, after we use shall. In the modern English grammar, you can use also will. Now, look at this tricky part. They have used both shall we and will we. So, in grammar correction or mistakes, if you find similar types of answer, then both of them are incorrect. So, shall we and will we are incorrect. And we don't say, what do you watch? When the static sentence is, let's go to the cinema. So, number D, are we going to watch? That is the most appropriate answer in this case. Bear in mind that are going to watch, are we going to as an interrogative form. It's a present continuous or progressive form. And amazingly, we use present continuous or progressive form in case of future future simple or futures indefinite or simple future when it is a scheduled, pre-planned or programmed. In that case, D is the most appropriate answer because the first sentence is, hey, let's go to cinema. Great idea. What film are you going to watch? Okay, because they are going to watch soon. Okay, guys, well done, all of them, and thank you very much for your participation. Now, I've got a question. You see the word WATCH. It can be used both noun and verb. Okay. In this case, it has been used as a verb. Okay. There is a phonetics rule. It is a monosyllable. Watch. If it is a monosyllable and if the word is used both noun and verb, then we don't change the tone or the stressed part of the word. Watch means the watch, wrist watch, okay? And also watch means to look at something for a period of time, especially something that is changing or moving. Like, hey, what are you watching? Are you going to watch the movie tonight? Well, they don't watch football nowadays. Rather, they watch cricket because they don't like football. Okay, this is as a verb. Now, noun. I have an expensive wristwatch. Do you know which watch is the most expensive in the world? It's called Patek Philippe, a Swiss watch, which is, I believe, that more than 3 million pound. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Well done and felicitations to all the people. Let's move on. Question number 11. He dash ever walks he as dash as he should. The question is a bit tricky. You need to fill up both of them. Okay. So question number 11. He dash ever walks as dash as he should. Okay, Professor, possibly you have not listened to my explanation. That's why you're just making this comment. All right. So let's move on to question number 11. He blank or dash ever walks as dash as he should. So if anyone is interested, you can join me. You may have 2 free lessons. Look at this pinned comment. Join me from this link. If you click on it, it will take you to the subscription page. As I've said, for the all new users, you are entitled to get 2 free lessons. If you are interested, go for it. But if you like to know more grammar, possibly you subscribe to my lesson for the whole month. Bear in mind, do not subscribe to anyone or any class unless and until you find that the class is suitable for you, the time is okay, and the technique of the teachings are all right for you. Do not subscribe to anyone being whimsical, okay? Being emotional. So, A, hardly. So if you choose A, he hard ever works as hardly he should. B, hard and hard. So he hard ever works as hard he should. Okay, number C, hardly. Okay, he hardly ever works as hardly as he should. Number D, he hardly ever works as hard as he should. Now, before we choose the answer, we need to understand the meanings of these 2 words and how it can be used in a sentence. All right, Zahid says, I can't see the question. Is it visible to all? Yes, you can see that they are answering. Possibly it is your connection problem. Amy says, maybe A. Inan says D. Professor says C. C is right answer. How do you know that, Professor? C is the right answer. Zahid, that's right. It may be your problem. However, I can reshare for you. Okay, let's stop it. I'm going to share it one more time because some of you can't see the screen. So what does hard and hardly mean? We need to find out. So hard is an adjective and it means, what does it mean, guys? Hard. Now, according to the British IPA, we do not pronounce R in hard. So it is hard and I is longer R. Hard. But according to the American IPA, it is hard with R. Hard. So you got to be careful. If you follow the British IPA, we do not pronounce R in this case. So it is hard, whereas I is a longer sound. Okay, and according to the American IPA, R must be pronounced because they are rhotic English. And whereas British English is non-rhotic, which means that in British English, most of the cases, if the R is the letter, second letter, third or fourth or the last letter of a word, we do not pronounce it. Okay, that's why it is called non-rhotic. Whereas in American English, R must be pronounced. That's why they are called rhotic English. Zamir says B. Ela says D. Aynan says so many answers. Yes, you need to choose the best answer that fits the both of the blanks of the sentence. So hard means it's an adjective. Hard, not easy to bend, cut or break. Difficult it means. Like hard boiled egg, hard surface, hard job, hard exercise, hard technique. It has got another meaning. It's difficult to understand, do, experience or deal with. In the exam, there are really some hard questions you will see always. It's hard to say which of them is lying, for example. Okay. So, Zamir says B and D make sense. There is only one correct answer, guys. So choosing two would be really inappropriate in this case. All right. So hardly means adverb. All right. And how do you use adverb? Bear in mind that we use adverb after the subject always. So you can see hard is adjective, so we can use hard at the first place, like he hard. We use adverb after the noun or pronoun. So A and B should be removed straight away because the first part is hard, but both of them are adjective, whereas hardly is adverb. So he hardly ever walks as hardly he should. You have to understand the sentence as well. It is a positive connotation. Zahid says, I'll go with D. Okay, so hardly means almost nothing. So this sentence means he doesn't work hard that he should. So if you go with C, it doesn't make sense because we don't say as hardly. When you're comparing, we use adjective, not adverb. So as hard as fast as quick as long as. So this is the pattern. Remember, we do not use adverb once again. So as hard as. So in that case, D is the most appropriate answer. He hardly ever works as hard as he should. So thanks and felicitations to the people who have given their choice D. Great, guys. Okay. Let's move on to the next one, which is question number 12. All right. This is another easy task. This house is dash, but also dash. So look at the choices. A. Um, Ainan, your answer is correct. Professor, I said to you, you need to study grammar. You need to develop your foundation of grammar. Unfortunately, that was the correct answer. Zahid, Ella, yeah, I mean, okay. So this is another example of comparative, superlative, and positive adjectives, or sometimes we call it degrees. This house is dash, but also dash or blank. Is it bigger, expensive, more big, expensive, more big, more expensive, bigger, more expensive? Kapil says D, Aditi says D, Zamir says A, Abel, welcome says D, Ela says D. Let me see if there is any other answer comes or not. Zahid says A, Ainan says D. So once again, guys, you're watching this live stream from the UK, and our local time is 9:20 p.m. Sunday night. And thanks for joining here. I'm glad and flabbergasted to see you. If you're interested, you can hop on joining from this link that I have pinned at the top of the comments. If you're watching from the mobile, it should be shown on the top. If you're watching from the laptop, it should be shown on the right side. Okay, Zahid says A, and D, Amy D. But most of you have said D. Great. Now, in order to find the answer, I need to explain. You know, the positive, comparative, and superlative. Every adjective has got three forms. Positive is when a general explanation about the quality of something, noun or pronoun. And comparative is in between two nouns or pronouns. And superlative is more than two. If it is a monosyllable, once again, we use generally with the rules, and the rule is like good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, cost, costly, costliest. We use ly and list at the end in superlative, like tiny, tinier, tiniest. But when it is more than one syllable, which is bisyllable or polysyllable, we must use more in the comparative form and most in the superlative form. So expensive, how many syllables are there, guys, in expensive? Expensive, you can feel that. Expensive. In order to understand syllable, you need to touch your throat by your hand, and you'll feel that how many times your throat is moving up and down. If you touch it, expensive, you'll feel that three. Expensive. So expensive, more expensive, and most expensive. Because it is a comparison between two houses. This house is bigger but also more expensive, is the correct form. Again, D. Thank you very much once again, guys. You guys are really doing great. Yes, Amy, you're really doing well. Felicitations and muchas gracias and bravo. Let's move on. Question number 13. Okay, guys. 13 is really tricky and confusing. That wasn't a good idea. You dash thought about more carefully. A. ought have. B, should have. C, have to. D, must have. All right. Amy, yes. Big claps for those people who have answered correctly. Aditi says B. That wasn't a good idea. Okay, let's fill up and move on. You would have thought about more carefully if you choose A. If you choose B, that wasn't a good idea. You should have thought about it more carefully. Number C, that wasn't a good idea. You have to thought about it more carefully. Number D, that wasn't a good idea. You must have thought about it more carefully. All right. Aditi says B, Amy says C, Zamir says D, Abel says C. Guys, remember that ought have is an expression. We do not use ought have, we use ought to have. Ought to have and should have, they almost same meaning. Only the difference is after what we must use the preposition. Okay, so literally and grammatically, ought to have and should have, they have got similar meaning. So once again, guys, thanks for joining here. If you've got any questions or comments about my classes, lessons, or subscription, or about this app or any other teacher, I'll be happy to answer it. All right, Abel says see, Zahi says see. I think it is a bit confusing answer. So take time, guys. Think it again. All right. Okay, so how the phonetics is related to the English learning? Bear in mind that very often people may sometimes judge your accent or pronunciation, and don't let them do it, because pronunciation only one of the fourth parts of the English learning process. Our first parts are important, like fluency, number one. Number two is using right vocabs. And number three is using correct grammar and wider ranges of grammar. Number four is pronunciation. Bear in mind that I'm emphasizing on pronunciation, not an accent, because there are two types of pronunciation in the world: British English, British pronunciation, and American English, American pronunciation. Okay, and they've got IPA as well, like British IPA and American IPA, and there is no IPA for Canadian English, New Zealand English, or Australian English, or the English of South Africa. So when you compare, you must compare the British Standard Way or the American way. Remember, it is your responsibility to find out which kind of English you like to follow or you're comfortable. Okay. Ela says B. So, as I said, that wasn't a good idea. The what have is incorrect. As I said, we do not use what have, it should be what to have. Okay, T2 is missing. All right. The next one is should have. Let's assume should have. We should have thought about more carefully. Okay. Now number C. Miss says, what are your class timings? You need to find it by visiting my profile. I don't know from which country. I've got both morning and night classes according to the UK time, so it may not be the same time. You have to add from the GMT. You're from Pakistan. Okay. So all the night classes will be night for you, and morning classes would be like maybe 11, 12 o'clock. I don't know the time difference, maybe 4 hours with the UK time. So number C, you have to look to is preposition. After preposition, we must use the participle form, infinitive form or the present form of the verb. So, but thought is the either past tense or the past participle form. We don't know yet. Think, thought. You see, thought is the past tense as well as past participle. So we cannot use you have to thought. We may use you have to think. You have to think about all the pros and cons about this project. So C is removed, A is removed because the both are wrong. Now possibilities B and D. Look at the first part of the sentence. That wasn't a good idea. That means you have already decided about the idea and you take a decision. Now your friend or someone is saying, hey, that wasn't a good idea. Now you should have thought about more carefully, or you must have thought about carefully. Please, 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 3 times. Remember that the difference between should have and must have. Should have means when it's a responsibility and you must have is an obligation. In this case, I can't say it should be obligation. It is your responsibility. So you should have thought about it is the most appropriate answer. So B is the correct answer, guys. So congratulations and felicitation for all the people who have chosen B as the answer. I believe that only 2 people have got correct answer in this case. Okay, let's move on. Question number 4. Yes, Osaskamp. Do you know Osaskamp, guys? Number 14, I'm sorry. Question number 14. She's wearing a beautiful long black. B, black long beautiful. C, long black beautiful. D, long beautiful black. Which one is the most appropriate answer? Dear viewers, before you choose the answer, I need to explain a grammar rule. When there is more than one adjective in a sentence, there is a rule how it should be used or what is the order. Hey, Ms. Jahid, yes, you guys are really doing great. And this rule is called OSASCOMP. And what does this OSASCOMP stand for? It is an acronym. So the O stands for opinion, S for size, A for age, S for shape, C for color, O for origin, M for material, P for purpose. So before color there is shape and size. You can see in this sentence there is color black. And do you know what is opinion, guys? Aditi says A, Amy says C, Abdullahi welcome says A, Abel says A. So let's see if we choose A, what's happened. She's wearing a beautiful long black dress. She's wearing a black long beautiful dress. She's wearing a long black beautiful dress. She's wearing a long beautiful black dress. Zahid says every time when you go to the next question, rejoin. I'm sorry to know that Zahid, possibly it might be your connectivity or the Wi-Fi or mobile data. Miss says A, Professor says A, Zamir says C. Okay, as I said, I'm going to explain once again this formula OSASCOM when there is more than one adjective in a sentence. Please follow the rule and you will never make mistakes in your rest of the life if you can remember. O stands for opinion. So in these 3 words, is there any opinion? So what is opinion? Like black, like beautiful, ugly, amazing. This is opinion. Okay, so yeah, we have got beautiful. And you can see the beautiful in the first sentence. And the next one is that for A, S is size, A for age, S for shape, C for color. You see, size is long and color is black. So A is the correct answer. She's wearing a beautiful long black dress. Well done. You will meet soon. I don't know how you can meet me. But anyway, thank you very much for being positive. So she's wearing a beautiful long black dress. A is the correct answer. Felicitation. Zahid, I said follow the rules of OSASCOM that I have written in the bracket. When there is more than one adjective in a sentence, we follow this rule. O stands for opinion. Again, let me explain what does O stand for. S for size, A for age, S for shape, C for color, O for origin, M for material, P for purpose. Opinion means when you're describing or giving your opinion, like, hey, it is beautiful, handsome, ugly, amazing, dazzling. This is your opinion. So in this case, you have got the first word, beautiful. And you can see that beautiful is the one word in all of the choices, which is in letter A. I should have made it a bit harder. So the next one is size, which is long. And next is color. So beautiful long black. Hello, Arch. Welcome. So once again, guys, remember this rule. OSASCOM. When there are more than one adjective in a sentence. Okay. Let's move on. Hello, Ivan. Welcome. So well done and bravo. Let's move on to the next question, which is question number 15. The film Dash by Quentin Tarantino. Does anyone know who is Quentin Tarantino? He is an American film producer. I believe that he's from Mexico, but he lives in the United States. Okay, A was direct, B directed, C was directed, both are correct sound, guys. Remember, director, both are correct. But one of them is British English and another one is the American. Let's find out which one is the British pronunciation. Is it director or director? Let's find out. Director and director. You got it, guys. So both are correct sounds. Director, director. Director is the British sound and director the American. Mohammed says C, Aditi says C, Ayub says C, Zahid says C. Looks like this is one of the easiest questions. That's why all are giving the same answers. Hila says C. So this film was directed by Quentin Tarantino. So let's find out this guy, Quentin Tarantino. A little information. Quentin Tarantino is an American filmmaker who was born in Mexico. All right, in the 27th of March 1963 in Tennessee, United States. His forefathers came from the came from the other part of the US, which is Mexico. His famous films are Pulp Fiction, Once Upon a Time in the West. Oh, in Hollywood, sorry. There's a recent movie, 2019, Kill Bill, Django Unchained. So C is the correct answer, guys. Bravo and felicitations. So Zamir, B is incorrect. It is a passive voice or passive form. So the film was directed by Quentin Tarantino. If you want to make it active, what would be the active sentence, guys, for this? Quentin Tarantino directed the film. Okay. So this question is typically easier than the other questions we practiced earlier. Question number 16. I dash like getting up early. A. Not. B. Don't. C. Doesn't. D. Am not. Ivan says the answer is B. Mhm. We need to wait, Ivan, to find out whether your answer is correct or not. So I not like getting up early. I don't like getting up early. I doesn't like getting up early. I'm not like getting up early. Hmm. Zamir says B. Ila says B. Anyone, any other answer? Fortunately, Ivan, Zamin, and Ila have given the same answer, which is B. Let's wait a few more seconds. 1 second, guys. If you are interested to join any of my lessons, you're more than welcome. What you have to do, you have to visit my profile and subscribe from there, and possibly you might be eligible to get to free lessons. Mohammed says B. Zahid says B. You see, you guys, all of you have answered a similar letter, which is B. So let's analyze the answer. Okay. A. I not like getting up early. We do not use not like this. We use don't, doesn't, okay, didn't, etc. So I don't like getting up early. That is possible. We don't use doesn't after I. We use I as a third person singular number only one case when it is I is the ninth letter of the word. So I'm not like is also incorrect because am is a verb, and after verb, if there is another verb, we must use either past participle form or ing form. So in that case, the most appropriate answer is B for Bravo. I don't like getting up early. Now you can make negative, this is a negative sentence, you can make positive sentence. You can say I like getting up early. Okay, and B is the correct answer, guys. B, yes, Zahid. And now if you want to replace love with love, the pattern remains same, like I don't love. I don't love going to the hot weather. I don't like I just missed a G. I don't love going to the hot weather. So remember, if you use one verb in first person or second person, and if there is I like, I don't like, I liked, I didn't like, or I will like, I won't like, or love, after that we must use the gerund form or the participle form. We should say the ing form of the verb. So I don't like getting up early. I didn't like getting up early when I was a child. Now we are making past tense. If you want to make a future tense, I won't like getting up early next week because it's a holiday. I don't have school. I don't have work. I'll be sleeping all day and eating and playing, spending quality time. Okay, so that is really pretty cool. Remember this grammar rule. I don't like, then verb with ing. I like, verb with ing. Similarly, I love, verb with ing. I don't love, verb with ing. Now we can make past tense and future tense. Change the person to second person and third person. And you'll see you can make many sentences from one pattern, guys. This is one of the proven techniques to write more correct sentences and practice as well. Okay. By the way, guys, we've got only 15 minutes more, but none of subscribers has joined. That's really pretty sad. Okay, now you see, use first person, second person, and third person. I don't like, I like, you like, Monica likes. Monica is sort of my subscribers, guys, okay? So they don't like. Let's go to the next question. I'm making it a little bit bigger. So this question is, she dash in a small house near the park. A, lives. B, stays. C, leaving. D, leave. Ivan says answer is B. Amy says A. Wow, two answers already. I will explain the difference between leaving and staying, guys, okay? Zamir says A. Mohammed says A. So we have got only two answers. Pretty cool. Bipin says leave. Ila says A. Lives. Okay, leave or live? Which one is correct? Live, guys. How do you pronounce it? Leave or live? So leave, live, both are correct. But leave is used as a verb, whereas live is used as a noun. Like this is my live broadcast for the English grammar class. I don't leave it here. Living on a Prayer, very famous song. Okay. So she dash a small house near the park. Let's analyze the answer. C and D doesn't match. We do not say live after she because she is third person singular number in the present form. We must use S or ES after the verb. So it could be she lives or stays, not lives, so D is removed. And leaving, ing, continuous form. We do not use a continuous form without another verb after noun a pronoun. So we don't say she leaving, I leaving, you leaving. No, these are all incorrect. You can say she is leaving, I am leaving, you are leaving, who is leaving. All right, so she is removed as well now. Leave and stay. What's the difference, guys? Both seems to be correct to me, but only one is the most appropriate answer. She lives in a small house near the park. She stays in a small house near the park. There are two conditions to use stay. Stay when you live somewhere for a short time. Like I'm staying in a hotel when I'm going for a holiday. We don't say I'm living in a hotel, guys, okay? Or you can say the second condition is when you live with someone else, like I'm staying with my friend. Are you staying tonight? No, don't stay too long here, for example. Remember, leave is the most appropriate here because leave when you are somewhere permanently for a longer time. Okay? So she lives in a small house near the park. Ivan says got confused. Now it's clear, I believe that. Okay? Remember, stays is for a short time and when you are living with someone else. Like, as I said, I'm staying with my friend. Okay? Would you like to live here as a paying guest? Would you like to stay in the hotel when you'll be on holiday? But live is permanently. Okay, so she lives in a house. House is the place where people live for a long time. She stays in a small house near the park. So A is the most appropriate answer. Felicitations, all of you. Now, question number 18. Let's move on a little bit. Let's make it a little bit bigger so that you can watch it clearly. Okay, it seems to be difficult. Remember, you have to balance the first blank and the second blank together. Yes, Ela, that's a great example and explanation. To stay in a place is to leave it temporarily, whereas to live somewhere is more permanent. Okay, Ivan's answer is B. Okay, let's see. I spend too much time, dash or blank. I would like dash more time for myself and my family. Okay, number A, working to have. I spend too much time, okay, working. I would like to have more time for my family and for myself and family. Number B, I spend too much time to work. I'd like to have more time for myself and my family. Number C, I spend too much time to work. I like having more time for myself and my family. Number D, I like too much time working. I would like having more time for myself and my family. It seems to be difficult because you need to match both of the blanks correctly and appropriately as long as it has got meaningful sentence. Ivan already has answered B. Amy has answered A. Wow, now there are two answers. When there is more than one answer, that really makes me amused because it will be helpful for those people who always think that it is the correct answer, but in reality it is not. Okay, anyone has got any other answer? We have got already A and B. Somebody might think C or D. Once again, guys, you're watching the live stream from the UK and our local time is 9:52. We have got 7 more minutes before we end up this live broadcast. It is a subscribers lesson, so not everyone can come and comment except my subscribers and also the new users who have got sprout symbol beside their name, which means the true green lips. And this lips is only there for a week, and after 1 week it will be gone. You will not be able to join me anymore. Alright, so there is a link I have pinned. If you want to join, you're more than welcome. What you have to do, you have to visit my profile and get the free subscription from there. From all of my classes, I have offered 2 lessons, guys. Shifak says C. You see, now there are 3 answers. Zamir says B. Now A or B or C. Let's find out. I spend too much time working. Do you think that is correct? I spend too much time to work. So there are 2 working and 2 works. Grammatically, I spend too much time work. Too much time to work is the most appropriate answer. So to work is only, options B and C. So we have to remove A and D. Now, is it B or C? Let's find out. The second question, I would like dash more time for myself and my family. So is it I would like to have, B, and C, I would like having. If you remember, after this pattern, we must use always the present form with infinity. So I'd like to go to your office. I'd like to visit London. I'd like to visit China. I'd like to have dinner with my friend. I like to jump. I like to swim. I like to move it, move it. See, this is another famous song, Musical Madagascar. Okay, Amy says B, Ila says A. Ivan says if it is A, then it should be on before working. So now A and D has been removed. If you remember, whether it is B or C. So I like to have more time for myself and my family rather than I like having more time. So we generally, after I would like, we use to infinitive form and the verb, the present form or the root form. So in that case, B is the most appropriate answer. I spend too much time to work. I'd like to have more for myself and family. Yes, it's definitely B. Ivan, well done, bravo, and felicitations. Thank you very much, everyone, for your correct answer. So I'm going to finish the screen share now. So dear viewers, please remember that whatever you learn from anyone, it doesn't matter whether it's a teacher or any YouTube channel, movie or video, please make sure you use it, you apply it, you write it, you practice it. If you don't do that, most likely you're going to forget before the end of the day. Please bear in mind that the best American teacher or the British teacher can give you lessons, drills, exercises, homework, but if you don't practice at your own time, there is no way you can develop. For your development and progress, practice every day, and I'm sure sometimes you'll be able to find out your weaker side. Find your weaker side first, okay guys? Then maintain a notebook or diary where you can practice every day. Practice as much time as you can. It may start from 30 minutes to 2 hours. Some people really practice more. But even when they practice, I always hear from them, teacher, I got stuck. I'm not getting an improvement. I don't find any difference. Possibly your practicing methods or techniques are not incorrect. In that case, you have to change it. Change to a different way of learning. Okay guys, so thank you very much once again for joining me, for all the comments and participations. You guys are amazing. I'm really flabbergasted to see you. I'm glad that you have joined. If you suppose me, you'll get the notification for all the live streams, and obviously you can join there. And you might be aware, very often I conduct live stream from different parts of the UK. I'm based in Essex County, but I conduct live stream from London, Essex even, Oxford City and Cambridge. And sometimes I need to go to Manchester and Birmingham. I conduct live streams from there. Practice makes person perfect. I agree to disagree because no one is perfect in the world. Practice makes you good progress. Practice gives you motivation. All right. Practice makes you more inspirational for your learning and development. Amy, thank you very much. And thank you very much for all the people who are always there to support me. And please bear in mind that without your support, without the beers, teachers are nothing. I'm nothing too. All right, guys, thank you very much. If you have learned something from here, please practice it and try to use them in your writing and speaking and reading loudly. And also for your pronunciation, do not use the Google dictionary, please. Go to the specific dictionary like Oxford or Cambridge or Collins or Merriam-Webster or any other specified dictionary. Do not use Google dictionary. I never suggest and advise anyone. Okay, it's 2:30 a.m. in India. Okay, guys, go to sleep. And it is only 9:59 in the UK. Still, we are on Sunday. Thank you very much, guys. You take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.